Good evening, fellow patriots. Or should I say radical extremists? At least we're all crazy together, right?
Amen.
I'd first like to thank everyone for having me here tonight. I'm really honored. I'm very flattered to be here, honestly. I want to thank Bernie, but he's gone. Bernie's really the guy that set me up on this, and he said it on the air. My jaw, you probably heard it on the air, go like this. I was really surprised. I'm very, very honored and flattered to be here. Thank you. One other thing, we were talking about the Constitution Day in September. I don't know if everyone knows this. I'm kind of giving something away because it's one of my test questions in my book. But September 8th is National Pledge of Allegiance Day. So let's keep that in mind for the kids. All right? Well, I don't usually do this kind of thing. I was kind of wondering why Bernie had to come out here. I'm just a fireman. But I thought about it, I pondered on it. About 3:30 in the morning, I had an alarm activation. And I thought, that's the idea. We're just regular folks. And we're actually the boss. And we don't think about that every day. And the kids don't. Especially the kids don't. Especially the high school kids. I don't think they really care what's going on. They just want to see what's going on MTV. But that is the idea. How many people walk in here and look around and just say, I'm normal. Say the best feeling I ever had was I drag my wife down to Glenn Beck's Christmas show every year. And we get in that room and people are all talking and they all know, it's like we're all friends. We went to high school together. It's such a good feeling. So it's very comforting to be here. She actually turned around and said, "See, you got nothing to be nervous about." So it is nice. I don't want to get off topic. I have a tendency to do that with family when I talk politics or current events and things like that, because everything's really all intertwined. And I'm sure we can sit here. I could talk for an hour. I'm sure everyone in here could. So the next BayPatriots meeting, we should probably do like a Woodstock thing, where we can all talk. Just no drugs. There are a lot of people like us. There are more than we actually know about. There are a lot of people that voted for President Obama that are like us. Information's just very misconstrued now, as you all know, and that's the focus of what I want to talk about tonight. There are so many of us out here that do cherish the Constitution and that brilliant idea that is America that we have. And I grew up in a great place where I learned about that a lot, and I had a great family to teach me that, and I carry that spirit with me every day. I grew up in a town, and this goes right to the focus of what I'm speaking about tonight. I grew up in a town called Hamilton Square. It's in New Jersey. People are friendlier than what you see on TV. We're not all Sopranos. So it's a very nice suburban town. It's a suburb of Trenton. I'm sure if you know your history, you know Trenton. And right up the road from Trenton is Washington's Crossing. So a lot of history there, a lot of great things to see. Great town to grow up in. Horrible town to live in as an adult when you pay taxes. So Florida truly is paradise. The focus of what I want to talk about, I'm finally going to start talking about it, is really along the lines of what you guys are doing, and now I can really see where this is going to mesh and what Bernie was thinking. The passion of what I'm doing and what my publishing is going to focus on is accuracy in American history and civics. It's very tainted nowadays. This started, I think, when I was a kid. I'm 30 years old, and New Jersey's teachers union is very powerful. I'll give you, this will sum it up, and you guys, I would say you'd be surprised, but with what's going on in those headlines, you're not going to be surprised. When I was in third grade, it was 1986, 1987 was the school year. And I remember going home terrified, telling my parents that in science today I learned that the ice age is coming. And we're all going to be with the polar bears and the penguins, and we're all going to freeze to death. That was in 86, 87. In the 70s, that was the big thing. There's a great article on this that Time put out in the 70s. I think it was 77, where it predicted that the ice age. 2009. It's 9 years late, and I'm sure, I'm a big guy, I sweat a lot. I wouldn't mind it to cool off a little bit in Florida. So that was the one thing. But to learn just that is fine. You have a shallow-minded teacher, but the real shocker about that was just 2 years later in 5th grade. And this was 88, 89, I remember, because H.W. Bush was running. Just 2 years later, we started something called current events, and I think it was federally funded. Everything in New Jersey is federally funded with school. And what they did was there was the 3 classrooms. They had the walls that fold like in a convention center. They'd have all 3 classrooms sit around together and learn these current events. Sounds good, right? Well, it was this year that I learned about something called the greenhouse effect. I don't know, the greenhouse effect, apparently there was a hole in the ozone layer. All the light that was getting in, the heat was staying because of our cars and our aerosol cans. My sister's Aquanet with that big New Jersey hair was keeping the planet hot. So apparently the heat was going to come in, melt the ice caps, and if you know New Jersey, you know it's shaped like there's a little peninsula, the shore. I lived about 50 miles from the shore. The ice caps are 9 years late too, because my town was supposed to be what is the New Jersey shore now. So in a 2-year span, you went from freezing to death to drowning in extreme boiling heat peril. I don't know how that happens. I don't know how that gets out in school. You know, to sum it up, I've gone home and